Hi everyone, Teddy Baldassarre with TeddyBaldassarre.com, and in this video we're looking at the Oris Diver's Date. This is the collection that was unveiled last year, now taking over for the Oris Diver 65. So if you're not familiar with this channel, this is where we cover watches available for purchase on our website, TeddyBaldassarre.com, as an authorized dealer. In this video, I'm going to be handing it off to my colleague, Danny Milton, to be doing the review here today. In this video, we'll go through all the details and what you need to know about this watch. If you're also looking to buy this watch, though, links will be in the description down below to the product page. Without further ado, let's hand it off to Danny. Let him take a closer look at the Oris Diver's Date.
Today we're looking at a new popular line of watches from the enthusiast brand Oris. One that launched in 2024 to, I would say, medium fanfare because a lot of us thought we'd recognize this watch before in the form of the Oris Diver 65, but this new line is known simply as the Oris Diver's Date. Now going back to the Diver 65, that watch was launched in 2015, but its original inspiration goes back much further. All the way back to, you guessed it, 1965, when the Oris Waterproof was introduced. That original recreational dive watch from the brand was built from chrome-plated brass instead of stainless steel. It measured 36 millimeters in diameter, and it sported a bidirectional bezel and acrylic crystal. It also featured a hand-winding movement, the 17-jewel Oris caliber 654. A rarity these days, as automatic movements have long been the dive watch standard. The Oris Waterproof is still well regarded by collectors today, and you can see how its design directly influenced the Diver 65. That design language has made its way to the latest edition of Oris dive watches, the simply named Oris Diver's Date, which launched in 3 colorways. So let's take a deep dive into what makes the new Oris Diver's Date a compelling choice for dive watch fans. Great news is that Oris has wisely chosen not to mess with the design language that we love from the Oris Diver 65 when launching the new Oris Diver's Date. In fact, most of the differences are so subtle you may not be able to distinguish them right away from previous generations of the Diver 65. The measurements sit in an idealized range, with a 39mm diameter, a thickness of 12.1mm, and a compact lug-to-lug of 46.5mm, resulting in a reduction of both diameter and case height from the previous 40mm version. The contours of the case are familiar, but have been tweaked to bring added presence and better proportions, with a bigger mid-case and lower profile caseback. And the resulting changes have bumped the water resistance up as well, from 100 meters to a now dive-correct 200 meters. Hence the name. Finishing is largely brushed, keeping with the retro tool watch aesthetic. A double-dome sapphire crystal protects the dial, and the bezel insert has been upgraded to a matte black ceramic with a lume pip, in keeping with current tastes. The signed screw-down crown now features refined knurling for better grip, and the caseback features a display window, offering a view of the movement within. The included bracelet features a modernist interpretation of the throwback faux rivet style, and has a brushed finish on all 3 links, with a polished edge on the outer links for a touch of refinement. The milled clasp features dual push buttons and 5 points of micro adjustment, and the bracelet also adds convenience by way of a new quick release system. In addition to the included bracelet, a black tropic-style rubber strap comes standard as part of the package, featuring a stainless pin buckle and quick-release spring bars. No news is good news when it comes to the dial, and that means you'll find a very familiar layout that you'll recognize from the Diver 65. What is new are a new variety of colors. In addition to standard dive watch black, you're now presented with a muted steel blue dial and a soft beige dial that's actually quite striking, in a similar way to the Tudor Black Bay 58 925's taupe gray. The beige is such a unique choice for a diver, and that's what makes it stand out. But more conservative collectors will probably opt for the black or blue. The Diver 65 has always been a great canvas for Oris to experiment with color, and the brand shows no signs of stopping. It's a good bet that the Diver's Date will continue that tradition, as it seems to be the new foundation for future renditions. The date that's part of the model name resides at 6, a simple aperture revealing a white on black date wheel for the black version, and a black on white for the other 2 dial colors. Dial markings are kept simple, with printed hash marks along the outer scale, a shield shape applied beveled indice at 12, rectangles at 3 and 9, and circular indices elsewhere. The hands are basic batons, and like the indices are filled with Swiss Superluminova, as is the Lollipop second hand. Dial text is clean and less busy than previous Diver 65 models, with the Oris wordmark below 12 and Divers along with 200 meters/600 feet above 6 in a refined new font. Like many Swiss brands who used to source ETA movements for its watches but no longer can, Oris has opted to utilize a Sellita caliber for its base. The automatic Oris caliber 733 is based on the Sellita SW200-1, a reliable choice that many manufacturers have now migrated to. The Sellita has become the de facto replacement for the ETA 2824, and with good reason. The Sellita compares almost spec for spec with the outgoing ETA, with a beat rate of 28,000 vibrations per hour, or 4 Hz, along with hacking and hand winding, and a, frankly, average 41-hour power reserve. While the power reserve may seem rather ordinary compared to some longer ones offered by other brands, the SW200 has been proven to be bulletproof, reliable, and easily serviceable as a drop-in replacement for the 2824. The movement's decoration is simple but clean, and does offer a distinctive touch that fans will appreciate, the red Oris rotor that's become a signature for the brand. Sadly, the Oris Caliber 400 movement isn't offered in the new Diver's date, but the 120-hour Caliber 400 movement would likely add more than $1,000 to the price tag, so the price bump is significant. Still, the brand may offer that option down the road, so stay tuned. Okay, and now for the pros and cons, and as is tradition in my reviews, I'm going to start with the cons. And the first is something we just talked about, which is just the average power reserve. Now for me, power reserve isn't really a big deal, but considering this watch sort of relies on the fact that it uses a date complication, setting it down and coming back to it even less than 2 days later, you'd be left having to set the date again, which can be burdensome for some. I hesitate to call the lack of having the Caliber 400 here a con, but some might see Oris implementing that movement in a lot of its watches and wondering, well, what gives? Why isn't it in the Oris Diver's date? For me, I think the keeping the cost down point really outweighs having that movement in this watch at all. And the only other con I can really think of here is that the incremental changes in the development and release of this new Oris Diver's date and the move away from the Diver 65 may not be enough to sway current Diver 65 owners to upgrade. Now as for the pros, these are classic retro looks, and the upgraded case wears amazing. The dials in all of their colors are attractive, especially the muted blue and the soft beige. Add in the ceramic bezel insert and you can just feel this is a more premium product than we've seen from Oris dive watches of the past. And the 200 meters of water resistance doubles the previous version's capability. Overall, my final thoughts on this watch is this is Oris iterating minutely but smartly. I think Oris understands that it captures that rare space where vintage sizing and proportions, but modern look and feel really make a compelling offering, especially at a certain price point. The Oris Diver's date is no different. We're offering a modern color set, but still have that vintage size and feel, with the modern touches such as the ceramic bezel insert, and the added water resistance makes this a more capable tool watch full stop. If you're gonna miss the Oris Diver 65, fret not. The anniversary edition still exists, though probably not for very much longer, although the Diver's date seems to be taking up the mantle for Oris's dive watches in the collection moving forward. I, for one, am excited to see how the brand will iterate on this line going into the future. So as always, I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what you think of the new Oris Diver's date, and tell me in the comments below which dial color is your favorite.
All right, guys, that's all we have for this video. If you did enjoy it, please give this one a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell icon. Really do appreciate that. That does help out the channel as well, so thanks again for it. Also, if you are in the market for the watch being reviewed here today, it is available on TeddyBaldassarre.com. TeddyBaldassarre.com is an authorized dealer for over 35 brands. Every purchase from our website comes with quick and fast fulfillment, dedicated customer support, and a full factory warranty for all the products that we offer. Also, in addition to that, you have further questions, check out our team on live chat. We'll be in the bottom right corner of our website. Feel free to reach out to us there for any questions about a watch on our website you're looking to purchase. We're there around 18 hours a day. That is not AI down there. Those are real people, and we'd love to be able to help you out. And in addition, how we're able to keep doing what we do on the main channel and producing content every single week is through selling watches. So if you are in the market for a watch, we'd absolutely love to have your business. Allow us to keep doing what we're doing here. We love what we do. But guys, thank you again so much for watching. Be well, and I will see you all very soon.